Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do my Attack on Titan episode 87 English dub review. So, this is the final episode of part 2 of the final season of Attack on Titan, because apparently there's a season 3, or there's a part 3 of the final season. So the final episode was just last Saturday. Again, this is an English dub, so this is as if we first just seen it this past Saturday, because this is a dub channel, so I have a pinned comment until probably about the end of the week for all these episodes. And that's how we've been doing it, because we gotta prevent these spoilers, you know what I'm saying, from these people that watch it sub. That was the whole idea here, because this is a dub channel. So, yeah. So, probably about the end of the week, this week now, since this is the last episode, where we will officially then pin on the comments. We mostly had pinned comments for all the stuff throughout the seasons, throughout the episodes of this season. So, nonetheless. So, this episode was interesting because this was not really about what mostly is being covered in present day. I mean, there was a couple tidbits of present day, but this was covering kind of the setup of Eren becoming what I guess he is becoming, in terms of him being this, you know, person that wants to basically save the islands by eliminating every civilization, basically. So this is kind of their step on this. They show the scouts arriving via boat to the main island in disguise. You know, they're wearing their, you know, regular clothes or whatever. Eren, Mikasa, Connie, Jean, Armin, Levi, Sasha, and Hanji. You see a guy taking pictures, you know, they're telling him, like, how it is and whatnot, and, you know, you see this intimate setup between Mikasa and Eren, you know, because, I mean, that is really that is what we got here. And so Mikasa and Eren, this whole build-up of what they are to each other, because the whole series really felt like Mikasa really loved Eren, which I still believe that from this episode, but she shied away from it, it seems. And we'll get to that in a second here. So, you see early on in the episode them kind of just blending in. You know, they get some food that they've never seen before, because obviously they've never been there before. And they're really just kind of investigating, like, what the life is in the main island. Mikasa offers Eren an ice cream, and he's like, "There are. We know what ice cream is." He's like, I'll just have it. Then we see like a foreigner kid basically pickpocket Sasha. Levi confronts them and gets it back, but then you see all these main islanders going after him, saying we got to treat a lesson, and then they ended up getting the guy, or they ended up getting the kid away from them all because they didn't want him to be like severely like punished for it. But they kind of play along with it. But by doing this, Levi ends up getting pocketed by the guy when they get away. Then you see the female from the clan that Mikasa's mother was from, and they're talking about them and what they want to do, like with their plans, which ends up obviously being dashed because of everything that ends up happening. But they talk about what they wanted to do, which and Hanji, with the ear protection and whatnot, and they talk about that, and obviously we know where that goes. Then later in the night, we see the famous part of the episode where you see Eren and Mikasa confront, and it is basically basically what everyone was kind of wanting to see. Eren questions Mikasa's loyalty to him, asking what he means to her. She's taken aback by this and then she just ends up calling him family. Which, I don't believe that. I do not believe that for a second. Especially since everything we've seen throughout the whole series indicates that Mikasa has a legit crush on Eren. So this really kind of pissed me off. Because it was like, oh, we're just family. We've been always together this whole time. We've been allies. I've kind of lived with you for a while after my mom and father was killed. But, that's what I see you as. Bullshit. Okay. I just hated this. I hated this scene because they just kind of were like, they tried to shoot it down even though they knew everything was there. Didn't like it. After this scene, they kind of got drunk in the tents, and then after that, Eren just kind of departed, and they didn't see him after that until the attack on the main island. They show the flashback of Eren meeting up with Zeke and the plans. They show him getting cut in the leg, you know what I mean there. So they obviously knew what they were doing. They obviously knew the plan, if you know what I mean there. They knew what they were going for. They knew what he was doing at this point. They also showed a plan for. Well, first, before we get to that, I believe at this point, this was where the public disclaimer was. So I'm gonna just show it. So the world, or the information of public disclaimer, hashtag the world, quote, I'm sorry, quote the world. Beyond the walls, there is a sea on the other island of the vast. Blue Sea is continent has cities, bust markets, and all sorts of people living there, just like on the island. But in the outside world, subjects of Emir are despised more than anything. So that's the end of the quote, and we pretty much know that. That is pretty much how it is in the main island, as we know. So yeah. Pretty short for there is a scene with I guess like a politician, like basically voting on how the islanders are bad people and they're subjects of Emir, even though that they're not involved with their, what the ancestors did. They're still indirectly involved because they were born that way. Discrimination at its finest. Anyways, so again, Eren talks to the person who would become the leader of the Erenites. He talks to, uh, you know, Zeke. Basically having this whole plan all along. And then after that, they show this interesting scene with Historia or Krista, where she basically tries to talk him out of doing this because it's just not right. But Historia is just like, I'm going to get pregnant, so we won't have to do this, basically. She decides to get pregnant in hope in stopping Eren's plan. And so this is kind of what her idea is. They don't get into, once again, who Historia actually got with, which I think is kind of dumb. I think I hate when they do mysteries and stuff like that. I mean, this is like, well, yeah, you're pregnant, but I don't know who I'm getting pregnant with. You know. Oh, she is the queen, though, so I mean, she had to be with it, but whatever. So he tells the guy who becomes the leader of the Erenites, what his plan is, and follow along with the whole Zeke thing, for now until we can double cross him. And again, they do show the flashback with him meeting Zeke, and they do show Eren cutting his foot and stabbing his eye out or whatever, because obviously he can just regenerate. So then we get to the present day, which you see the boats from the main island, and then you see the colossal titans from the wall, and then you see them trying to shoot. It doesn't do anything, and they just walk right all over them. And then you see Eren, right in the middle there. And he's ready to basically take their asses out. And, the second fleet of the soldiers just start running away because there's just no way of stopping them, and they're just going to kind of die trying to do it. And you just see that image of Eren with the Titan form. Or his new form, I should say. Which is just like all skeleton bones and then just his head. or whatever. I guess that's his new form. Apparently, is just being a skeleton now. Um, and then again, you just see them walking down the walls, going after the main island. Um, yeah, that is how this ends. That is basically how it ends. That is how the part 3 of, or part 2 of the final season ends, and there will be apparently one more part of this final season. So yeah, I have no idea. There's been just so many twists and turns and ups and downs with this season. It's just, they took Attack on Titan a really weird thing. I didn't like this whole divide idea. I wish they would have just kept it against islands versus the mainlanders. I don't like the whole idea of this whole divide, the way they did this. And I just don't like how they turned Eren the way they did. I just not a fan of that decision. But this whole thing with Mikasa and Eren is just a real freaking disappointment, man. I mean, like, come on. Like, the whole series, the whole goddamn freaking series, they had these guys at the end of the, I think it was the end of season 2. The way, Eren saved Mikasa's life, and the way she, like, kind of comforted him in a way of, love, Like, this whole sequence really sucked. This is not how you handle this shit. Okay? You don't. You don't not set that up. And if you ain't gonna do it, then you just don't do it. Because you leave that a mystery at that point. Because, again, this is just fucking stupid, man. Like, it's like, you did all that build up just to basically say, yeah, nah. Yeah, no, and give that vague ass answer like that. As she's blushing, by the way. As she's blushing, mind you. She really thinks that she's just family. As she's blushing in love. Okay? Really good work there, guys. Really good work there. That is really a brilliant way to decide that one. Like I said, this scene was really stupid. No, because it doesn't make sense. Because, like, if Eren, like, what's Mikasa gonna do? Because obviously Mikasa still has feelings for Eren because, again, they even emphasized this point in the goddamn previous episode. They emphasized this point in the last couple of episodes. It's just, no, dude. It's such a dumb... It's a dumb way they handled this. Just leave it alone. I don't think Mikasa's gonna kill Eren. Because I cannot buy what I just saw. She obviously loves him and she just doesn't want to admit it. So, no, I think this was just a bad way of handling it. And it makes me more inclined to believe that that Mikasa is not going to do what Annie just talked about in the previous episode. Like, it makes me believe that this is not going to happen. Because she won't have the ilt to do it. She won't. She won't. And in the previous episode, they set this up where she can kill all these people. But then Annie comes in there and is like, Are you going to be able to do it? Are you going to be able to do it? She can't answer that. Then we see this flashback episode, essentially, of them talking about what we already know. Mikasa cannot kill Eren. And she won't. This makes me believe it. Because if she was actually able to kill Eren in the final season, I would call bullshit on it. I would call fucking bullshit on it. Just from this episode. Because there's no way I can believe it. There's no way. There's no way I can believe it. That she has the ability to do it. She loves Eren too much. And she's not going to do it. And this just totally... She can't do it if she had to kill Eren. Like in a situation where she couldn't convince him to stop. It's not going to happen. Ain't going to happen. It wouldn't be believable. Wouldn't be believable. So that's my saying on that. Very, very flat ending to this second part of the final part that we now have to wait another goddamn year to finish because Funimation or whoever, or not Funimation, whoever actually creates the anime, I guess, decides to just continue to milk this anime for all it's worth instead of just releasing the final goddamn part, you know, because now we're gonna have to wait another goddamn 9 months, which is just stupid. They should just release the entire goddamn season on Toonami and be done with it. But no, we have to milk it even longer, you know. That's my whole thing on that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this. Again, this will be pinned comment, except for the people that are approved on my channel to comment automatically. This will be a pinned comment. So yeah, comment, rate, again, comment about this episode. I know this is the final episode of this part 2 of the final season or whatever, but I do want to at least wait a week before I start putting the public comments up, just to kind of give the breathing room of this episode. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do this. Yeah, guys, comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell for all the latest content. That's kind of how this, you know, helps the channel out. If you love my content and you like getting more videos, then yeah, the subscribe button and the bell of the subscribe button afterwards is what really helps drive the channel. So yeah, guys, that's about it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku moderator. Peace.